I've got this very solid California truck that was driven all the way across country to North Carolina before it was blown up and parked ever since 2012. And instead of doing the logical thing and swapping in an engine, which I happen to have one from this other 1967 truck, I'm gonna be cutting this thing all up and putting it on my Crewcab chassis to make a Crewcab out of it, keeping this original Patina. So I will be stealing this engine, but this is a rock solid truck that I'm about to cut in half. I've already cut up my yellow Crewcab. Let's get into it with this thing, clean it out and cut it up. I was thinking about not tearing this, but it just ripped, so we'll get a new one. Okay, so here's a look at my pretty solid floor, but also still extremely crusty. And I do have a hole right here. So, still so much better than the massive hole that was in the other cab. Oh, spare key. I wonder if this was under the seat. I wonder if this fits the ignition. My door is slowly closing. I can't even get the key out. There it goes. Okay. The key that came in the truck. Yep, that is a spare key. I got 2 keys to this, so that's cool. So not super stoked with what's left of the floor here, but it's still pretty solid. As you can see, with the old size 12 brunts in here, if I stand up, put all my weight right here, it is rock solid. It just has some pretty nasty surface flaking and everything like that. So I need to get all that peeled up and then treat it with something like the Eastwood rust encapsulator. And I do want to patch these couple little holes here, but I don't think I'm gonna do full floor pans on this because underneath it looks perfect and it is pretty solid. And I think this side is worse than the driver's side. I haven't vacuumed over there yet, but we'll clean that up and see. So feeling pretty optimistic about salvaging this floor and making it work since it's in such better shape than the other truck. So this thing was sitting at the owner's nephew's house. And then eventually some kids started throwing rocks at it and he decided to go ahead and sell it. His nephew has passed, or his uncle has passed that used to own it. I ended up picking it up. I caught it. They posted up for $2,000 and I was able to actually arrange delivery in the deal too. So for $2 grand, I got a pretty cool looking Wimbledon White Patina truck here that has some dents but no major rust. So I'm really excited about it. And I want to give this thing one last bath before I cut into it, make it 4-wheel drive and actually a crew cab. So we're gonna have a crew cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive. I'm getting hot and sweaty. Let's get this thing outside. I got to move my diesel 6.7 Power Stroke that's for this old Bumpside crew cab out of the way. And I've already moved 3 trucks outside and done a little yard work. So let's get to it. Thing always pretty easy, pretty smooth. Oh, you so strong. Oh, you strong boy. Look at you. You strong boy. Yeah. Look at those muscles. Big strong boy. High five. Here's a look at what we're working with. Pretty clean here on the hood on this passenger side. You can see some moss and mildew and all over here, as well as back here. Tailgate seems pretty clean. Yeah, windows are all busted out in the camper shell. I'd like to get those pieces of glass replaced, but as you can see over here, it is super green all down this driver's side, which my fence is making the lighting terrible. But as y'all can see, from the windows. She is pretty filthy. So we're gonna try to pressure wash and scrub this off a little bit and make a little progress and knock some of the rust off so this thing is not like getting rust all in my eyes as I work on it. You can take a look inside. I already removed the seat and it was pretty clean as far as the seat goes. Underneath here you can see all kinds of filth and just old parts. I've got a tire iron that's in a hoodie. We've got some trailer lights, windshield wipers, another tire iron. Looks like a little brush that I might use to clean this thing out some, but pretty nasty. I'll show you what's in the glove box. It's got some cool stuff in it right now, but really like this dash. The dash only has one crack down the center, nice and symmetrical as far as the cracked dash goes. And the door panels look pretty nice, just a little cracking there. So let's check out the glove box real quick. Doors closed nicely. The engine again is pretty filthy. What you want, son? You want to get in there? Yeah. Well, there's no seat right now, so you can't get in there right now. You want to look at the engine? Yeah. Okay, come here. So it's a 352 that's locked up. Same motor that I'm putting in this thing when it's done. Not this exact one, but I have another 352 in my black one. So this thing's pretty crusty. I'm going to be doing new inner fenders on it, but I'd like to clean out what I have here a little bit. I might spray under the hood today. I'm not sure yet or not, but let's check out the glove box. A little bit more nastiness here, and in here we have an old plate from the previous owner. I don't want to give up his info, but this is also the windshield washer bag out of my black truck that I stuffed in here. We've got these 1967 door handles. Just need to find a screw for that, as well as the window crank. The window goes up and down, I already checked, but that's in here too. So that's exciting. But you can see once I get that on there, that does stuff. So that's nice. A couple of screwdrivers came with the truck. Pretty nice to have those. A spark plug, an extra condenser for the points ignition, dielectric grease. I have a complete camper special badge for this side. The other side just says per special. It's missing the cam part, but you can see that goes right there. Probably end up putting those back on at some point. And you can't get in there, buddy. It's too rusty. Hose clamp, a couple random things. So, there is some old insurance stuff, which again, I don't want to give away the guy's info, but we're going to clean that up and clean her out. Before I wash this thing, I'm curious what y'all would do with it. 1967 Camper Special, 2-wheel drive, manual with the 352 that's locked up. Would you try to save this thing as is on its original frame? Would you frame swap it to a 4-wheel drive? Would you lower it down? What would you do with it? I'm going to cut it all up and make it into a crew cab and swap it to 4-wheel drive. So I'm doing a ton of work, and this is my donor truck. Is it too clean to cut up? You let me know in the comments. ran out of daylight while washing it, but as y'all can already see, she's pretty clean, and we'll take a look at it tomorrow. But I'm also inside here cleaning out the floor, and I was pretty stoked being a California truck not having to replace the floor pans, but as I clean the dirt away, I see it is pretty nasty, solid rust. So we'll see if it's worth putting some floor pans in or not. Got a drain hole, no real holes over here, a couple little ones over there, but we'll see if I put floor pans in it while I'm at it, because it's going to be cut up anyway. And then here's all the junk. We got some old brake fluid, some kind of fire putter outer stuff, I think, and then just a bunch of trash. So I'm gonna clean it out. I'm gonna roll it into the shop after letting it sit out and air out a little bit, but I want to do a little walk around just with the flash on my phone and show you how it's looking. Cleaned up really nice, really happy with it so far. This Ford on the back, I'm not sure if someone painted white over top of it or if the red's just faded off, but that still looks like that didn't really change from washing it. This side is super straight, super clean. This was the nasty mossy side, so pretty excited about that. Really like how this like subtle fading is happening here from gas dripping down over time, and you can see this topper's been on here forever, making little marks on it. So all these little spots here just look like surface rust, so that's exciting. Door is super clean. We'll see if we can get a better look at it in the daylight, but this harsh white LED really shows everything, so figured I'd show that to you. Cleaned up under the hood just right around here, and we do have a massive hole after chipping away at it, so definitely need new inner fenders, as well as maybe floor pans I was talking about. And we do have this rust hole up here on the front, but overall she is pretty clean, hardly can tell looking at it. So really excited about how this thing's going to look once it's got the 4 doors and you know, sitting a little higher with the factory rims powder coated white. Should look good, can't wait. Checking on the truck the next day, and this thing is bright white now. All that green moss is going off of this thing. It actually has a lot of pretty good Wimbledon White paint on it. You can see the rust off of the steel topper has kind of left some marks on it. It has some dents and everything. I want to pop this one out. This is the one that bothers me the most, but really a nice look. I like this patina a lot. This is, you know, you see people do patina paint jobs, but you really can't you know, do it as well as nature. This original paint with this faded here, I'm really excited to see how this looks with it as a crew cab. So with that, I have the crew cab back here. You can see this is the yellow 1971 truck that I've cut the front end off of. Got my son over here driving the parts van. These are all parts trucks at this point. I don't even know what to call what anymore. Is this the donor truck for this truck or the other way around? I don't even know, but it's gonna look just like this. I'm gonna paint this back section here white, so it should match pretty well. They typically don't really rust that quickly in the middle. The cabs, as you can see, the door and roof and everything are pretty clean. On this one, this is original. That's how it's gonna look. So I'm gonna try to match this as well as I can. And then your eyes will be looking at the original real patina when you walk up to it. You're not really gonna hopefully focus in on the fresh paint there, but I don't wanna do like clear coat. I'm gonna make it just like this, and I'll do like a wipe on clear in the middle. So with that, the next step is going to get a four-wheel drive frame for this thing. So I'm going to be buying a whole highboy frame as opposed to just piecing together the parts. I priced it out. It's going to be a little bit cheaper based off of what I could find. I found a whole highboy frame that's got axles and drive shafts, a transfer case, all the brackets and everything, which I could just swap this truck on and be done, put the motor in there and have a good truck. But I also want it to be a crew cab, so I'm going to make it a little bit harder on myself. So I'm going to be swapping a Dana 44 underneath here with leaf springs and a little shock tower here instead of the coil buckets. A lot of different brackets there. There'll be a transfer case, so the drive shaft length's a little bit different. So everything from this 2-door frame that I'm buying will work except for the rear drive shaft, hopefully. So with that, we're going to do a little bit more walking around, showing you how well this thing cleaned up. But I'm really excited about what I've got here. This is a nice look and exactly what I was going for. While I'm out here in the shop, I want to highlight our new Grappaholics t-shirts. These have been in the making for a while. We've got a outlined Grappaholics logo here in the front, which I don't know if you can see that with this lighting. We've also got a stitched on tag, kind of surf shop style, and then a big old Stocks and Graps, It's an Addiction logo on the back. Really stoked on these. It's got a cat eye with the little factory wheels and some big old mud wraps on it. Really stoked on how these came out. Love the colors and everything. And this is the same quality shirts we've been using from our original just mud wrap logo. I've been wearing these shirts out in the shop, testing them, love them. So get yourself one from Grappaholics.com and help support all these crazy projects. All right, I've got Hank with me taking a walk around of the truck, but just loving this paint. You know, now I can really see it. Kind of hurts my eyes actually. It's so bright white in this direct sun, but she cleaned up real nice. Really excited about how few holes are in this thing. There's really nothing on the exterior at all. The bed is extremely solid in here. It's also full of parts, but this bed has no holes in it at all. Super solid, no dents in the bottom of it. This thing has had the camper shell on it the whole time, as far as I can tell. Love this tailgate. Let me get y'all out of here. All right, so just the 67, not having any side reflectors or anything, looks super clean. You want to get in there? Yeah, the only thing is this is broken, so we gotta be careful. Yeah, this tailgate right here, see if I can, there we go. Love this tailgate. It's sitting on my frame here right now. I don't even care because, you know, it's all scratched up, which I really enjoy. Loving this tailgate. This thing super clean. It all matches pretty nicely now that I've washed it. Let me see if I can maneuver this without having this propped up. There we go. Tailgate closes nicely, and there are some arms to like hold the back of this camper shell up. I just don't have them installed right now. Need to work on the glass and everything. I'll probably take the camper shell off for a while, but at some point I do want to fix it up and put it back on. But look at this bedside, like super clean. Bumper's awesome. There's no rust down here, no holes. Super clean. It's got rust all over it, but there's no holes. And I like how this looks, as we talked about while I was cleaning it up. Just has a nice natural look to it, and just can't beat it. Got the purr special. She's pretty special. Yeah, what do you think? Watch your head, dude. So it's not super clean in here, but I did sweep it out and everything and take some of the nasty stuff out. It just has the seat belts, tire irons, and a hitch ball there. So a little bit to do in here. Not sure if I'm going to cut the floors out because they're so pitted, but they're there and they look okay from underneath. I don't know yet, but definitely using this dash, cutting this thing right down the middle and welding it to this one. So I'm going to cut this thing farther back and try to use as much of this white truck as I can because it's so California solid. That 2012 California plate there, and I found other plates from previous years. She was in California from new until 2012, as far as I can tell. I can do a little bit of fitment adjustment on like the gaps and stuff, knock out this dent somehow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but it's gonna take a little bit more work. But I think this thing is gonna be so cool and exactly what I want. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that satisfying like pressure washing of this thing. It was really nice, you know, seeing it in person, getting it so cleaned up, and I kind of enjoy watching that kind of stuff. So let me know what y'all thought of that. I think it cleaned up really nice. I think a little bit of, you know, wipe on clear coat would go a long way once this thing is all together. Let me know what brand you suggest for that, because I still haven't made my mind up. There's a lot of options out there, but what do you think? 67, gonna be a Crewcab 4x4 here before too long on some factory Steelies and some Nittos, so should be cool. Be sure to come back and see how our trip to Maryland goes to pick up a frame for this thing. And also check us out. We've got a Facebook group, Instagram page, TikTok, all that stuff. So y'all show us some love. Thanks a lot.